Whoa! Hang on!
That's right. It's Ezrabine For The Win. With Ahsoka coming out in just about a month from now, we've got a new Star Wars romance to look forward to between young Jedi Ezra Bridger and Mandalorian to-be Jedi Sabine Wren. And there's no denying this ship. It's just a matter of when.
Speaking of which, it does smell like you.
Hmm?
I was talking to Ezra.
Wait, you know what I smell like?
Can we focus, please?
Wait, how will you find us?
I can smell you, remember?
Think of something clever to say later. Move!
With numerous flirtatious examples in Star Wars Rebels between Ezra Bridger and Sabine Wren, you had to expect that I'd be making an Ezrabine For The Win video. This is the... Wait, this isn't Mandalorian. Yeah, we gotta work on that.
Topper now!
Whoa!
Whoa!
Hang on!
Oh, that scene just gets me. Look at Ezra's face when Sabine grabs him. It's just so funny. But with the new Ahsoka trailer just coming out and hearing Ezra's voice in that hologram recording message, just hearing those words and having that faith that he has in her and them being separated for so long, we can expect that when they do finally meet up, that there will be a lot to be said between the two of them. And I'm interested to see if they do end up getting together.
I used to think that Ezra was counting on me to protect Lothal, the planet and the people he cared for so much. I realized there was more to it. There was something else I was meant to do. Ezra's out there somewhere, and it's time to bring him home.
Now, there's a lot she kind of said there, and I kind of just broke it up into kind of the most important parts. But obviously, after leaving, Ezra tasked Sabine with taking this more kind of Jedi-like role to protect Lothal and the people he loves, a big kind of responsibility, and that must have been hard for Ezra. But just hearing Sabine's voice when she says that, she says that Ezra's out there somewhere and it's time to bring him home. I mean, that really does sound like somebody that really cares for someone. And compared to Bo Din, I mean, we were reaching a little bit back in Mandalorian between Bo-Katan and Din Djarin's relationship potential, romance between them, it's possibly there. But the difference here, though, is we actually have definitive examples because we know for a fact Ezra likes Sabine, and pretty sure that Sabine likes Ezra as well, too. I mean, just that first clip I showed in the beginning of this video, but there are just other numerous examples throughout Rebels that we'll be having look back on to prepare for Ezrabine For The Win. But now let's take a look at what Ezra said in the trailer, which essentially is the same scene, the same hologram that we get in Rebels, but now it seems to be live action.
As a Jedi, sometimes you have to make the decision no one else can. But I'm counting on you to see this through.
If I'm not mistaken, like, Sabine is watching that clip that is like multiple years old now, and she's been doing that favor that Ezra had asked about, and that's what the previous clip we just referred to in Rebels of her protecting Lothal and all of that. And similarly, we're talking about how this Ahsoka series is basically Rebels Season 5, and they are redoing some of the scenes in live action. Let's take a look at this same hologram, but in the Rebels format, just so we kind of get that full idea and effect now.
If you're watching this recording, then I owe you an explanation. There were several paths in front of me, and while this wasn't the one I wanted to take, it's what I had to do. That's something Kanan taught me. I'm going to miss you all. Zeb, you can have the top bunk back, for now. Hera, I left a Melu run in your cabin. I hope it's still your favorite. Sabine, don't forget.
Right.
I'm counting on you.
So yeah, as you can probably tell, I mean, they're not word to word the same. They've been updated, but that's got to be the same exact hologram that we're seeing in the trailer with Ezra Bridger on the hologram. Yeah, and I just got to say, Emin Esfandi, the actor who plays Ezra Bridger in live action, does such a good job with his voice. That transition is there kind of perfectly, But I mean, just the devotion, or looking, back on Ezra. I mean, obviously she misses seeing him to some extent, and That's got to be partly what's driving that want to go find to get him. Though obviously there's going to be other reasons in the show, and even in the trailer, Ahsoka mentions we have to not let our personal feelings, change our decisions or whatever.
Sometimes we have to do what's right, regardless of our personal feelings.
So yeah, with what Ahsoka says there, she's obviously got to be talking to Sabine, and it's got to be in reference to Ezra to some way, shape, or form, which, if anything, though, that might not necessarily be the best of things as far as an Ezrabine perspective, because if Ahsoka's saying that, maybe they have to put off finding Ezra to find Thrawn first because he's a bigger threat or something. Because, I mean, personal feelings aside, if they are going to go find Ezra, why would Ahsoka be saying that? Or maybe Ahsoka is saying that as kind of this more master to Padawan relationship that was, hinted at, of Sabine now being the Padawan. And it's just more of a lesson for Sabine to try to keep level-headed and not be so distracted and lose her focus if she thinks about Ezra too much as they're making this journey to find him in this unknown region or this new galaxy altogether. Because Ezra is lost. Ezra and Thrawn are in a completely new environment. Now, the real question I have with this whole situation is when we will see Ezra Bridger. When will we see that reunion between Sabine Wren and Ezra Bridger and Ezrabine? Like, what episode of Ahsoka? Is it going to be midway through the season? Is it going to be one of the earlier episodes? Is it going to be the last episode and that's what we're left off as a cliffhanger? Because it's not a matter of if, it's when. When are we going to see Ezrabine and Ezra Bridger,
For what?
I couldn't have wished for a better family. I can't wait to come home.
And that there being the second half of the Rebels' interpretation of that hologram Ezra leaves behind. At the end of it, Ezra says, he can't wait till he comes home. So that would kind of suggest that he was kind of confident in his plans and that he'd maybe come home on his own accord. But obviously it's been a while now. It's been, I believe, 10 years. I mean, this takes place after Return of the Jedi and during the Mandoverse. So obviously he's been having a hard time getting out on his own, so maybe this is kind of one of those driving factors along with Thrawn that's causing Ahsoka and Sabine to then team up to go bring Ezra home once and for all and to reunite the two. And we talked about this topic on my live podcast that I just started, the Bizmo Show. Go check it out. We're live every Thursday at 8 p.m. CST, and we'll definitely be talking all things Ahsoka, Ezrabine, and more, with Ahsoka just right around the corner now, with special guests appearing on the show here and there too.
Sabine! Sabine! What did you do to her?
But yeah, just a little more Ezrabine for the win for you guys at the end of the video. There will be more Ezrabine videos to come. I think this is the first video of Ezrabine, with many more along the way covering this season and just in general with Ahsoka episode breakdowns and more. And like I said, make sure to check out the Bizmo Show every Thursday, 8 p.m. CST. Make sure to drop a like if you enjoyed this video. Comment your thoughts on when you think Ezra and Sabine will get back together and reunite. Subscribe for more videos. I hope you're having a great day, everyone, and I'll see you in the next one. Ezrabine for the win. Oh, also, and if you guys do come up with a new slogan that rhymes other than Ezrabine for the win, we can roll with it for sure to stay consistent with Bowden for the win. But if anyone has a better version in the comments they want to share that could be featured, let me know. Also, send questions for topics to bizmoshow@gmail.com for a chance to be featured on the show.